Hello everyone and welcome back to the Rich Spirit channel for another weekly forex analysis. And in this video guys, I will share with you the best setups in the forex market for the next week. If you are in, stay tuned until the end of the video so we can make some planning for the next week. Currently I'm on the EURUSD, but we are gonna check the other pairs as well. So welcome to the weekly forex analysis. Let's get started with the EURUSD. And I'm gonna go back to the monthly chart so I can show you the bigger picture. And currently we are in this downtrend market, but with a nice recovery for the euro. Recently we have respected this area of support, so we are now trending bullish, but before that we have this weekly rejection happened the previous week. So let's move to the weekly chart and see what we have there. Here is the rejection the previous week, and this week we have a little bit of continuation to the downside. So what we now can expect is a little bit more of a push to the downside since we are rejecting these highs. If we go to the daily chart, we can see the chart even more clear with the daily support and resistances. So price found a little bit of support here, and as you can see it have been nice support in the past, so we have a chance to continue go up higher. I personally don't believe in that so much, so I expect more of a bearish continuation to the downside, and it would be interesting. But anyways, if we have some strong bullish news for the euro, we can drive the price all the way back to this previous resistance, and it is actually a great level because it matches with this trend line. So we have the break, now we need a retest, and it would be nice if we see such a pullback to look for shorts from this area. But if that doesn't happen, we are moving to the downside. Now, how much to the downside? Well, you can see some interesting levels right here. For example, this little area. Okay, and that is the next target for the euro if the price continue bearish. Now let's see what we have on the 4-hour chart. Let's zoom it out a little bit. So currently you can see that we are in some sort of a channel, and price is at its maximum. So if that continues, then we have plenty of room to the downside. And I'm sure the most trained traders have already taken sell positions from this area, because as in the past, from these areas of resistance, just like here, price tests this area and comes back to the downside. Also here we had the breakout, some sort of a retest and continuation to the downside. So what if this is just a pullback and we can expect another continuation to the downside all the way down to the bottom side of the channel? That is what usually price is doing, and this is what I expect for the upcoming week. Now let's move to some other chart guys and see what else interesting do we have. GBP USD currently holding this support area, but this can change in a matter of seconds on the next week. So this also looks like a test of this previous lows. So what can we expect? Further continuation to the downside, and that would be a beautiful thing. Maybe the price would stop at this little support and have a little bit of consolidation up and down around this support. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So what else we can see? Euro GBP. Here I have shared with you my trades about this price action trade, which is actually breakout and retest trade. So once I have entered here, since we have broken the support zone, then we have had this retest. Price closed below this support, so I have managed to hold two positions. The second position on the retest with a very small stop loss. So we are going bearish in my opinion, and the latest entry was this week when I just added small position to my two positions. Okay, that's it. We expect what? A continuation to the downside to this previous daily support zone, and that is what I'm looking for. Not that much risk, not a greedy trade, so just easy pips to the downside. Let's move to the next chart. What we should check out: USD CAD. Currently we are in a range bound market, so I expect a further continuation to the upside since we have these strong bullish signals on the weekly chart. If we go to the daily, we can see that we're already in some sort of a wedge pattern. So price should continue to the previous resistance, these highs over here, nice resistance, and this trend line, very nice resistance. So this is what I expect on the USD CAD. Of course, we can also see a pullback and a further continuation, consolidation at this area. Sorry for my bad English, guys, but this is the only the everything I have. Okay, guys, without further bullshit, let's go to the next chart, USD JPY. And here is some interesting thing to admit, that we actually broke this resistance area. So the next daily candle will be very important, because we will or continue bullish from this breakout, or we will make a confirmation, a rejection, so a bearish candle that will confirm a very nice dark cloud pattern. So we have this pattern where the red candle is closing below the 50% of the previous green candle. So here is the 50%, and we have closed way below that. So this may be a sign of reversal, so rejection from the resistance area, and a continuation all the way down to this previous support, for example. So let's mark this area as a support and a possible future target. So if Monday closes bearish, we have a reason to enter a sell trade, for example, with a stop loss somewhere here. The entry could be anywhere, let's say here, and the risk to reward 1 to 1.5 to these previous highs, and that would be amazing trade. If not, if price decides to continue bullish, then we have plenty of room to the upside, probably to this consolidation right here. Let's go to the daily and see what we have there. So first little resistances right here, these highs over here, and of course the next one is over here. That would be the two bullish targets for the bull traders. Okay, and let's move to the next chart, USD CHF. I remember this chart, guys, and here is also something interesting. So we have broken this support area, so the same thing as USD JPY. If we continue bullish, then we are going to the upside, probably to this previous high, which is actually important resistance. Let's mark it up for the price, and that should be the goal for the buyers who have bought at this retest. Okay, I have one trade on this chart with a stop loss below these lows. I'll take profit exactly this high. Actually, I will watch the price action on the 4-hour chart and how we will go on this level, because this is another mini support on the 4-hour, mini resistance, sorry. So my target first is this highs. If we break it, I'm gonna take it to the next level, and that's how I trade this pattern, guys. Let's move to Euro CAD, and nothing interesting. In the previous analysis I have told you that this breakout here may be followed by a retest and a further continuation to the downside to this previous support area. This is exactly what have happened, but I didn't trade this pair because I don't like this setup very much. So not the best in my opinion. We are currently still in a bullish chart, bullish trend on the higher time frames, okay. So we still have room for a bounce back or some sort of a correction. Currently, what I personally see is a pullback to this previous resistance, rejection, and a further continuation to the downside. Will that happen? Nobody knows. We have to watch and see this. Now let's see the most interesting chart, guys. We have the Bitcoin on the daily chart. It looks like this. So we have the triangle pattern, take profit target, this support area. We are still in the trade. And on the 4-hour chart, you can clearly see the beautiful triangle pattern. So this week we have consolidated. I have entered somewhere here, took a profit here, and on this week I have entered a new trade here from this high with a stop loss somewhere here. So we are still trending. I don't even know what is the current price on the chart. So my broker doesn't work with the Bitcoin on weekends. But anyways, this is just a small trade. So let's see what will happen the next week. The ultimate goal, as you know, the size of the triangle projected to the downside. So we have reached the 70% of the target, which can be valid target for the pattern, but I expect a little bit more of a continuation to the downside because we have a very strong support level there, the 25,000. Let's mark it up so we can have it. Okay guys, oil, I have bunch of small trades on oil targeting mostly this upper resistance. So whenever price goes back to this resistance area, I will take my profits. I have one trade just in the middle to the first level of resistance, and after that 2 trades I have with a better target. So this is what I expect. Why I'm choosing this target, because we have had this very solid consolidation for a while, then we have the breakout, we made a new lower low, and on the last price action we have had very huge rejection to the upside. So I expect a further bullish continuation and test of these previous highs, because this is what consolidations usually do. And let's move now to gold, one of the most interesting pair for me for the last 2 years, and still very challenging and profitable as well in times. So what we have here is this expansion wedge pattern, which actually got broken. So what I expect is a continuation to the upside, and if we get it, I'll be looking for a short signals on this chart. So let's go to the 4-hour chart and see what we have. Currently we are at the daily resistance, and price can actually or penetrate it and continue bullish to the next resistance, which is somewhere here. And this is actually a great level of resistance because it matches with the trend line. It will be a great place to sell. If that happens, I'm gonna sell from this area of resistance. If not, if the price continue to the downside, we have also reasons to sell from this resistance area, because currently we are in a downtrend. We have broken very important levels of support. We have broken the pattern, so we should continue at least as much as is the size of the pattern. So here you can target this previous support if you're a seller. You can target this level right here, or you can go beyond that with the pattern target, which is somewhere here. So this little area right here. So that's it for gold, guys. If it goes bullish, we have to watch closely this area right here, because if it breaks bullish, then we have a reason to continue go back bullish, because all this breakout would be some source of some kind of false breakout, and we are gonna test these previous highs, something that I doubt after the recent sell-off on gold. Very bearish price action on the weekly chart, so that is what I'm thinking. Okay, on the weekly chart you can see that we have respected very nice area of resistance, and we should continue to the downside at least for a while. That is my opinion on gold, guys, and that's all overall. US30, currently we're in a very choppy market. NAS100 did a very brave move. Fucking shit, guys. So what we have here is a broken weekly daily resistance, and that's a very nice size. So what I sign fucking shit, I expect a pullback a little bit and a further continuation to the upside. That would be amazing. With the fall of the gold, this makes a good leak of sense. If we go back inside or below this resistance, we can continue all the way back to these previous highs, and that would be the next support for our chart, this area right here. That is it, guys, for this weekly forex analysis. I wish you successful trading and keep smashing the markets. See you in the next video.